If he's not jabbing, he has no defense. If he's not going to jab, the guy's going to walk right in on him like he did. Next fight, use your jab, different fight. So the final upcut, so he can anticipate the combination. If he was slipping the jab, the guy would do the combination. When he was jabbing, Canelo should be moving.
The boxing world thrives on opinions, predictions, and the voices of legends. Few names in the sport carry the same weight as Mike Tyson, a man whose raw power, ruthless aggression, and sheer dominance made him one of the most feared fighters in history. So when Tyson speaks, fighters listen, fans debate, and headlines are made. Decently,
honored to be in that situation and a position to share the ring with another great. You know, it's going to be a hell of a night come September.
Tyson sparked major controversy in the boxing community after throwing his support behind Canelo Alvarez in the ongoing discussion about a potential showdown with Terence "Bud" Crawford. The comment left Crawford visibly stunned, not because Tyson's words were disrespectful, but because they carried the weight of experience and authority that could shape public opinion.
Did you take more confidence from that fight?
A lot of people criticized my last performance, so, you know what I mean? We both need to step it up, I guess.
That's one from me, Terence. Obviously, we've seen Turkey Al-Sheikh mention no Tom and Jerry fights. You've said yourself you're going to put it on him, you're going to come for him. Do we see an explosive Terence Crawford that people won't have been expecting to see?
That's why you got to watch the fight so you can see.
I'll get a message to Canelo.
See you soon.
Leading into one of the most anticipated fights in modern boxing. For months, fans and analysts have speculated about the possibility of Crawford moving up to face Canelo. Crawford, fresh off a dominant performance against Errol Spence Jr., solidified himself as arguably the pound for...
Think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo.
You know, I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight, you know. And he had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Terence, but this guy was big and he was awkward. He was really awkward. He shouldn't have fought that guy. He should have fought a guy that would just come straight at him. The guy was too awkward.
He's herky-jerky.
Pound king of boxing. His timing, adaptability, and finishing instincts have made him nearly untouchable. On the other side, Canelo stands as a four-division champion, a modern icon who has fought and beaten some of the biggest names of this era.
Not jabbing, he has no defense. If he's not going to jab, the guy's going to walk right in on him like he did. Next fight, use your jab, different fight. Just give him a jab. When he was jabbing, Canelo should be moving, slipping the jab for the final upcut. So he can anticipate the combination. If he was slipping the jab.
While critics argue that Canelo is past his peak, his resume and reputation remain unmatched. In an interview that quickly went viral, Mike Tyson was asked about who he would favor if Canelo and Crawford ever stepped into the ring. His response shocked many.
Give Crawford problems. I favor Canelo, not by a lot, but I do favor him. I just think that, you know, I think the skull fight was just a bad style. And I think Canelo was like, why force the issue? You know what I mean? I'm up, this guy's running, I'm not gonna take a chance. So I think that it was that kind of fight for Canelo. But Marjamal did give Crawford problems, you know what I'm saying? And where I felt like, damn, at 54, he gave you problems.
Canelo is too big, too strong. Crawford is great. One of the best I've seen in a long time. But size matters in boxing. Crawford won't walk through Canelo the way he did against Spence. Canelo knows how to deal with speed, and he'll make it a physical fight. Coming from anyone else, those words might not sting as much. But from Tyson, a man who built his career on overwhelming opponents with size.
To be relentless. You have to never let off the gas, never stop, never quit. Never allow anyone to talk you out of the dream, the vision, and ideas. and understand that for every level, there's another devil. It is the devil's job to create challenges, issues, and conflicts, insecurities, fear, because he wants to put you to a test. But I can tell you now, I piss the devil off every day because I just don't stop. And the devil is so mad. This guy, doesn't matter if he gets sick, it doesn't matter what happens to his money or his finances. Every time he gets out of his bed and he's on a mission to get it done.
Power and aggression. This perspective carried extra significance. According to insiders close to Crawford's camp, the Nebraska-born champion was surprised by Tyson's public endorsement of Canelo. Crawford has long been praised for his ability to neutralize bigger opponents. From lightweight to welterweight, he's proven again and again that his skill set transcends size differences. In a behind-the-scenes conversation, Crawford reportedly said,
Crawford has not been looking really good. We saw how he looked in his past fight. So Canelo, like I said, the reflex are not there. This power is not there. The knees are not the same. So Canelo's going to try to knock him out, but Crawford's going to do what he does best. He's going to move around, try to win the rounds, touch him, and move. I think if Crawford stays, Canelo can knock him out, because Canelo's a bigger guy. I don't think Crawford's going to come and give the fans what they want. He don't care. He's just going to come and win and beat them. I don't know if they're going to give it to him.
For Crawford, Tyson's words are less of a discouragement and more of a challenge. It adds fuel to the fire of a man who thrives when people doubt him. Canelo has fought comfortably at super middleweight and even light heavyweight. His body is naturally built for bigger divisions.
Open and changing, two tremendous fighters in their own right. I won't call it an upset, but I'm going for a Crawford.
Crawford, on the other hand, would be moving up into territory he has never tested before. Tyson pointed out that Canelo's chin and body strength are among the best in boxing. Fighters like Gennady Golovkin, Sergey Kovalev, and Dmitry Bivol landed clean on him. Yet Canelo stood firm. Canelo's inside fighting.
He'll be like my number one fighter of all time.
You don't think Crawford beats Canelo?
I don't think so. And look, hear me out. I respect Crawford and everything that he's doing, but he just moved up from 147, so I'm just going to treat him as a 147-pounder. He's jumping up 3 weight classes to fight someone who was like the number one fighter in all of boxing. The jump would be hard, even if it was just like some top 10.
Right, yeah.
Bud, would you say he's a very smart fighter?
Yes.
Very calculated,
Yes.
right? Don't you think that maybe he sees something that most people aren't seeing?
I think he does, but the thing is he going to be able to even to capitalize on it? Because he's a smaller fighter, and look, I think people are thinking at the aspect of, can Crawford do it? Yes, I think
Counterpunching and body shots align with Tyson's philosophy of hurt your opponent early and take his heart. While Crawford is dominant at 147, moving up 2 divisions to face a natural 168-pounder is a leap. Tyson believes the size gap cold neutralized Crawford's timing and rhythm. As expected, fans exploded online after Tyson's comments.
Gaining too much weight and too much muscle might affect them. If they're thinking of surviving and being able to take a punch and being able to go around, then they're trying to maybe go the distance and they'll be happy with that. But I think Crawford's natural talent, Mayweather had it. You guys were just mentioning it right now, that Mayweather never needed to gain weight and never needed to be heavy to be able to beat those bigger guys. I think Crawford's skills, we give Crawford a chance because we know how good he is, his skills, his speed, his combinations. But if he's gaining so much weight, he might not be able to do those. He might not be able to have those same skills when it comes to his speed, his foot.
Team Crawford supporters accused Tyson of underestimating Bud's skill set. They argued that boxing isn't about size alone. It's about intelligence, timing, and adaptability, all of which Crawford has in abundance. On the flip side, Canelo loyalists celebrated Tyson's endorsement as validation that their champion is...
Crawford is a great fighter, but so's Canelo. I think that, in my opinion, their IQ is similar, except Canelo doesn't get hit like Crawford gets hit. In my opinion, Canelo's a bigger man not that he started out as a bigger man, but he's now a bigger man. He has been hit by not only Gennady, who's one of the biggest punchers that I've ever seen, but he's also been hit by Bivol, by Kovalev, who's a big puncher. You know, he's been hit by big guys. Crawford had a hard time with a 154-pounder who hit him often. So I think that no matter how much weight he puts on, no matter how smart he thinks he is, or how
Still the man to beat. To them, it confirmed that Crawford's rise, while historic, has limits when it comes to upper divisions. If there's one thing fans know about Crawford,
are great fighters, but I think Canelo's just too big, and you know they mistake him as being just a guy at 168, not a regular guy, and Crawford being the more talented. But that's not the case. They're both talented. Yeah. But the only thing is, Canelo has them by 2 weight divisions. So I think that Canelo beats him pretty easily. But we'll see. If Crawford does good, I mean, kudos to Crawford. You know, I'm happy for him. If he can pull off, great. But
it's that he thrives when doubted. Throughout his career, he has faced skepticism about his size, his resume, and his ability to adapt. Each time, he has answered with dominant performances.